Hello children, how are you all? I hope you are fine and safe. I am Dakshayani, handling biology from Bharadasnar Metric Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Children, today we are going to see 12th standard botany, the second chapter, classical genetics, right? And so far in this lesson we have discussed about the monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross and some of the intrageneric interactions. And now we are going to study about the codominants. So, what do you mean by codominant, children? Dominant means which is expressed, we call it as a dominant. So, the characters, if we take for example, just imagine we have taken the two plants with the dominant characters, and if the characters of both the plants are expressed together, we say it as a codominant, right? So, one is over the other, and the examples are the phenomenon in which two alleles are both expressed in the heterozygous individual, right? So, both are expressed in the next generation. So, now let us see some of the examples of the codominants. The examples, the one first important example is a blood grouping, right? ABO blood grouping in human beings, ABO blood grouping. For example, the alleles IA, right? It is responsible for A blood group, and the allele IB is responsible for B blood group. If they both were crossed, right, the A is both are dominant to each other, so it is expressed as AB blood group, AB blood group. For example, if a person has an allele IOIA, a person has a A blood group because A is dominant over the O. Likewise, same IOIB, that is the patient exhibit B blood group because B is dominant over the O. But if the person has an allele IAIB, if the mother is A blood group and the father is B blood group, there is a chances for the child of AB blood group because they both are dominant over each other. So, the example of codominance is ABO blood grouping, and another one example is the sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia. Likewise, we can also say the example in Gossypium. Gossypium is a cotton plant, right? And when the two different characters of the plant were crossed, the traits, the next generation exhibit the characters of both the parents. And now let us see one example for codominance. So, camellia. What is the name of the flower? Camellia. The name of the flower is camellia, right? So, the flower, the dominant, for example here the dominant gene is R. Red color, it is a dominant. Likewise, white color is also dominant. We can express the alleles as W. When the both dominant groups were crossed, we can see the hybrid, that is in the F1 generation, the hybrid we can see they are of the genotype RW. That is, so this flower in the F1 generation, it has a characteristics of both the red flower and the white flower. So, the camellia is an example for codominance. And now we are going to see about the lethal genes. What I mean by lethal? If a gene or an allele is responsible for a death of the organism, we call this as a lethal genes. And the example for lethal genes is Antirrhinium. In your book they have given, this is the species of Antirrhinium, children. They are used as a ornamental flowers, and the common name for this Antirrhinium. Antirrhinium, the common name is snapdragon. Snapdragon. Right. So, the person name Bohr. B-A-U-R. The scientist name Bohr. He demonstrated the experiment to explain the lethal genes. And this plant, the snapdragon plant, has there are three kinds of plants in it. One is a green plant. One is a green plant with the allele capital C, right. And the another one plant, the second plant is pale green with the allele capital C, small c. And the third plant is white in color and the allele is CC, recessive, right. So now let us see what happens when the heterozygous alleles were crossed. So heterozygous means capital C, right, and capital C, when the pale green plants were crossed, and what would be the gametes produced, children? Capital C, in the F1 generation will be getting capital C, and later capital C, small c, again capital C, small c, and later small c. So what is the ratio? The green plant 1:2 and the pale green plant 2. CC2 is there, so 2. And the white plant small c which is recessive is 1. But this plant will not survive because the gene is not, the lethal gene which is present inside will not produce chlorophyll. So without chlorophyll a plant cannot survive. So automatically what happens? The recessive plant dies. So the expression of the lethal genes will be only 1:2. So what is a lethal gene, children? The gene which is responsible for the death of the plant, we call it as lethal genes, right? And now we are going to see what is pleiotropy. What is pleiotropy, right? The single gene affects the multiple traits and alter the phenotype of an organism. You see, for example, if the 2 or 3 more plants are crossed to each other, the young ones in the F1 generation, they get the characters of all the plants and attain a new phenotype. Such plants we call it as, comes under pleiotropy, and the genes we call it as pleiotrophic genes. And they have given one example, children. The white flowers, the flower color is white, the seed color is light, and no spot on the axils, right? For example, the 3 plants of different characters, the color of the flower is white, and what is the color of the seed? Very light color, and the leaf possesses the no spots are there on the axils of the leaves. When the 3 characters were combined or crossed, the hybrid produced in the next generation is a combination of all, that is a white flower with light colored seeds, and a leaf has no spots. The plants with a new phenotype is formed. So this is an example for pleiotropy. Children, now we are going to study about the intergenic interaction. What do you mean by inter? Inter means between 2. So if the alleles, for example, the position, the locus means what? Position. The position of the alleles are different, right? but the interaction between the two genes which are located at different places, we say it as intergenic interaction. And we have discussed some of the types, right? We have discussed there are the dominant epistasis and then polygenic epistasis. In that first one we are going to study about the dominant, right? The epistasis we are going to study about the dominant type. Dominant means what? When one gene is expressed, we say it as a dominant. And here the expression for the definition for dominant epistasis is, right, the gene or allele masks or hides. What do you mean by masks, children? Will hide, will mask the expression of other gene. We call it as dominant, right? Dominant epistasis. And here there are two types here. One we call it as, one allele we call it as epistatic and another one as a hypostatic. What do you mean by epistatic? Epistatic, that is, if a gene, the gene which masks the other, we call it as a epistatic. Dominant epistasis is that one gene masks the other and other is not expressed. In that, the gene which masks, we call it as epistatic. And hypostatic, the gene or expression which is suppressed. For example, I am telling you children, a red color flower, when it is crossed with the white color flower, right, but the location is different. If one gene is masked, right, and one is hidden, and if one is expressed, that expressed gene we call it as a epistatic, and the masked gene we call it as a hypostatic. Now let us see one example for this dominant epistasis. What is this, children? Yes, it is a summer squash, right? So summer squash occurs in three different colors. One is a white color, yellow color and green color. And now we can see how the cross takes place between them, right? But here we can see the genes are located in different locations. For example, the dominant gene here is located here, capital W is located in the first position, and the another dominant gene is located in a different position, that is capital G and small w. So we are going to see the cross between them. So children, now we are going to see the example for this dominant epistasis in summer squash. Summer squash, there are four types of genes. One is responsible for the white fruit, and another gene is responsible for the colored fruit, and the yellow colored fruit capital G is responsible, and the green fruit small g is responsible. In this both we can see this capital W and capital G are said to be dominant, but they are located in a different places. In a gene they have a different loci. Likewise here this small g and small w, they are said to be recessive. And now we are going to see the cross between the white fruit and the yellow fruit. So now let us see the combination. So white fruit, what will be the allele, children? Capital W, small g, right? And when it is crossed with the white fruit, when it is crossed with the yellow fruit, the alleles for yellow fruit is what gene? Capital G, right? capital G, capital G. So when they both were crossed, what are the gametes we get, children? From this we get, what are the gametes we get? Capital W, G, and from here we get, and now when they both were crossed, when the gametes are self crossed, what are the things we will be getting in the F1 generation? We get when this is crossed, right? What are the things we get? We get capital W, capital G, and then capital W, small g, and again what are the other combinations we get? Small w, capital G, and small w, small g, when they were crossed with each other. So now let us see what will be the cross. So what are the alleles, children? Capital G, now let us go, we are going to cross it in the F2 generation. And when we cross this, you get likewise when you cross this, you get and when you cross this both, you get small g, and now here all these, here the white is dominant, right? The white is dominant. So the gene, the pairs which has capital W will form the white fruit. So how many white fruits are formed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Yes. How many white fruits? 12 white fruits. And how many with capital G is responsible for? Capital G is a yellow color fruit, right? So how many yellow color fruit is there? Yes. Capital G, 1, 2, 3. 3 and 1 is a white fruit. So now let us derive the phenotypic ratio. So how many white fruits are formed, children? Yes, white fruit 12, right? And then the yellow fruit 3 and the green fruit 1. So what is the phenotypic ratio? 12:3:1. So these are all the questions given in your subject material, children. So which matter regarding the codominance, dominant epistasis and regarding the epistasis ratio. So children, in this session we have discussed about the codominance, about the lethal genes and then dominant epistasis. So along with this chapter, in the description we have attached the study material, assessment and question bank for this lesson. Go through it and make sure how far you understood the topic. Thank you.